Maggie.
Ja jestem wprawdzie na początku drogi.
Now in the first step of the road to
zgłębiania zarówno koncepcji
understanding your conception
koncepcji pani profesor,
well.
ale też profesora Wieleckiego. Stąd może moje pytanie wydać się trochę infantylne.
Maybe my question is
ale i tak je zadam.
But is important. I say it.
ale i tak je zadam. Otóż w moich rozważaniach
my consideration
mam jeden podstawowy problem, a mianowicie rolę. Ten problem dotyczy roli całej sfery aksjologicznej w rozumieniu podmiotowości jako takiej. Wiem, że podejście pani profesor i pana profesora nieco się różni od siebie w tym względzie. I teraz moje pytanie w istocie rzeczy sprowadza się do tego, czy można przyjąć w pewnym uproszczeniu, że sposób rozumienia przez panią profesor sprawczości jest przedmiotowo przedmiotowo w pewnym uproszczeniu tym samym co podmiotowość, tylko pozbawiono elementu aksjologicznego.
Without the element of axiology.
So remember, I don't speak Polish. Somebody will have to put this into English, French, Spanish.
Okay, I think the rector would like to ask you, because you are the author of the concept, of course, the professor, and the rector seeing the differences between your vision of subjectivity in relation to the axiology, to the value theory. So the question is that, panie że ostatnią końcówkę tego pytania, to tym o różnicy między obiektywizacją.
Że sprawczość jest tym samym co podmiotowość, tylko pozbawiona konstruktem aksjologicznym.
Without axiology. I think it's something like that, if I understood correct.
Could my friend give an example?
Jakby przykład.
Any example.
Jakikolwiek przykład.
Of an axiological.
Z jakiegoś aksjologicznego, znaczy propozycji aksjologicznej w tym kontekście.
Profesor Wielecki ujmuje podmiotowość jako, w uproszczeniu, ja przepraszam Ciebie, na potrzeb pytania jedynie nieco. Uproszczę, że jest to rodzaj aktywności wynikający z wolnej woli człowieka.
Professor Wielecki understood agency as an expression of free will of something like that, or something in between like that.
Tak, ale jak on stwierdza, służący rozwojowi człowieka, czyli czemuś dobremu. Ta aktywność ma prowadzić do dobra. No to jesteś filozofem.
Ale po angielsku nie jest tak łatwo. I'm sorry, it's so hard to express it in another language. Help me, God. Help me. Professor, it's your idea. It's the best one.
I'm not sure.
Inaczej, człowiek działa podmiotowo wtedy, kiedy jego działanie prowadzi do dobra. Koncepcji profesora.
So, is it true that human being behavior act with agency as agent. Only when his actions have a straight direction to good.
No, that's not true.
So the answer is
Nie
no,
bardzo.
to nieprawda.
I wish it were true.
Bardzo chciałabym, żeby to była prawda.
But do you think the action in Donetsk at the moment,
Oczywiście,
On
że
for good?
wydarzenia w Doniecku dążą
Czy ja myślę, tak?
do czegoś dobrego.
Nie.
is what they did in Mariupol, motivated by
Po co było zrobione w
good
Mariupolu?
intent?
Czy było w jakiś sposób sprowokowane?
No,
Dobry
people are incredibly selfish. I think I understand now what you're getting at. When we say that, and when I write that people have concerns, I know it's a difficult word because it's ambivalent. We can be concerned. I am concerned that there might be mice or rats in my house. That does not mean it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Ale ja tak mniej więcej kojarzę, że tak powiem.
But it's quite different from saying the main concern in my life, or one of the main concerns in my life, is that my 2 sons are healthy, or that this trip to Szczecin is not a disaster. That's a major concern. You know, you don't just say, oh, you know, how sweet. You know, they're going to pay all my fares and put me up at a wonderful hotel and give me great dinner. We're certainly capable of that kind of selfishness, but to be motivated by that would be a terrible thing. I mean, it would be the destruction of a human soul, actually, I think. Which doesn't mean that there are not people who have dominant concerns, ultimate concerns, that can be illegal. The people who want to make a fortune out of drug dealing or human trafficking. So an ultimate concern is not necessarily good in itself or good in its consequences and outcomes. There are people whose ultimate concerns are immoral. They just don't care whether. There are people who are environmentally silent, numb, couldn't care less. And so that is not a good way of being or something producing a good outcome. So immoral, illegal, and it can be just incomprehensible. Sometimes I catch these things on the computer, just streaming to get something else. Why on earth should anybody care about tiddlywinks? This game where you just shoot little plastic things into other plastic things. Why should anybody care about that? Some people do.
Very much. Dlaczego zadałem to pytanie?
Professor would like to explain why he asked about that.
Dlatego, że przy moim jeszcze, że tak powiem, wczesnym podejściu do podmiotowości dokonałem swoistego podziału na podmiotowość, czyli aktywność, podmiotowość jednostki, która może być w skutkach pożądana ze społecznego punktu widzenia, bądź jednostkowego i nie pożądana.
So the distinction is between agency which is socially acceptable or even desirable, and another one the opposite way. Maybe it will be
Czyli
different.
inaczej.
Can translate.
Taki bardzo jaskrawy przykład.
Another example.
Hitler był
Like
podmiotem.
Hitler was also a human being with agency.
Ale to
Not
zupełnie
like
inny
agency,
rodzaj.
but it's a different kind of agency.
Zupełnie inny rodzaj podmiotowości, chociaż też podmiotowości.
Different kind, but still individual agency.
Niż, przepraszam za to zestawienie, ale skrajne chciałem podać przykłady, niż pontyfikat Jana Pawła II. Mamy dwa podmioty, które zmieniają świat, zmieniają strukturę społeczną, zmieniają rzeczywistość społeczną.
Two persons who
Tym
totally
niemniej,
different create a new reality, because Hitler creates new reality, social reality, and John Paul II also creates
oba rodzaje
new kind of
aktywności
reality, new
w
values.
zakresie skutków różnią się od siebie zasadniczo.
Bo nie zdążę. Przepraszam, ale muszę zdążyć. Sorry, I just need to. So these two persons act with following their mind, so with agency. They know exactly what they are doing. So they're agents.
Well, they think they know what they're doing.
Yes.
Ale to są oba podmioty. To są
They
jednostki o dużej, silnej podmiotowości, jeśli można ją
podmioty?
Both Hitler and Jean Paul II, there are person with very strong personality, and we can say maybe that their agency is very strong.
But in different way, in different understanding.
And the question is, the first of possible questions is if we don't need some other terms for two types of agency.
Okay.
So strongly different types of agency.
But whoever said we only have one type of agent?
Kto powiedział, że jest tylko jeden typ podmiotowości? Nikt tego jeszcze nie powiedział.
Nie rozumiem.
Pani profesor powiedziała, zapytała, a kto powiedział, że jest tylko jeden typ podmiotowości? Sprawczości.
Of course, there are many. But if the question second is if we don't need to some term which help us to separate these two types.
Which type? Which are the two types?
The types of axiological war or not, Hitler and Jean Paul II, for example.
Well, I mean, just saying in bigger words that we need to maintain, and this pertains to culture above all, the distinction between the good and the bad. Do we need to be any more elaborate than that? Of course, we have to justify why we consider one good and the other bad, but we don't seem to be having too much trouble with our Russian friend at the moment, knowing where to put him, do we?
Yes, but in this moment we are in the area of values, axiological area, because we justify this behavior is good, this behavior not. Russian is bad, and for example, Mother Teresa is good. And now we have new question. What is the values in our understanding of agency? If I could understand your question.
Yes, exactly.
I'm afraid I don't understand the question, because I don't know half the words that you have used to make linkages between things.
If you said that Russian behavior, contemporary behavior is not good,
Yeah.
and we can imagine some good behavior,
Yeah.
but unfortunately not in Russia. We make some separation. We separate good behavior from bad behavior. And the question is, what is the role of values what is the ontological status of the values, and have it influence for our concept of a human being?
Okay. Well, my social ontology group, founded in Switzerland, we published a book 5 years ago, the Crisis of Normativity.
Yeah.
So why are we going over this ground? We have said everything that 10 intelligent people can say. We have not reached complete accord, agreement, whatever over it. But if we want to answer questions in that area, we need to go over to the culture. And then, and this is where the morphogenetic cycle would be useful, could be useful if it was done well. How we've got to forget all about internalization. Parsonian, Talcott Parsons' internalization of social values. No, realism doesn't believe in free will as being free to think what you please, find it where you like, do with it what you want to do, and that includes what you do to other people. So, if it's not internalization, if it's not an easy solution via socialization, and there is a book that Andrea Maccarini and I co-edited that includes what's wrong with the theory of socialization, because what's wrong with it spans the 19th century, the 20th century. To me, it completely infiltrates. Yes, thank you. See, tack, tack, tack. That's even more emphatic. I've learned that. Sorry, where were we?
Try to say about internalization and
Yeah.
socialization.
So we've dealt with all that. So why are these brought up as though they are, very recent concerns, or very recently I noticed there's a gap here? Well, there isn't if people would read.
Actually, I think that maybe misunderstanding is on the ground of the value theory and the meaning, actually, what exactly value means and their ontological status. Because if we accept that value exists objectively, sort of, you know what I, as an objectively. Objectively. So they are real, absolutely real, and exist in our reality. So we know in a cultural formation what is good and what is right, because we have fundaments into your related, because we know, we can understand that which this good value exactly means, and we compare the good things, the good exemplification, or maybe actions. We can compare actions which are happened to the idea of good, but we know this idea really exists. But if we try to ask if this idea really exists, so we don't have the ground, we don't have the fundament, we don't know what is exactly good means or bad means. And then we have a problem to separate the good behavior and the bad behavior. Maybe that's why, maybe this is the reason actually why we need to ask if there are any differences between agency desirable in society or not. Because if the value will exist for real, we would definitely, without any doubts, know that Hitler behaved wrong. And it's not a question, it's not actually needed to be deeply, profoundly known, because we will just feel it. If we, of course, will accept that value really exists. But it's a question from the axiology and the philosophy, actually, very meaning. And it's deeply in relation to epistemology that we were talking before. Sorry. What we really could know. Can we really know the values? Are they real or not? Actually, my promoter died during searching the answer for this question. Is value really exist or not?
Is value
really existing? Are they real?
Are they real?
So that's the question.
Oh yes, some of them are real.
Yes, because if we not judge, are they real or not?
Are you asking how do we judge?
Can we judge? Not
how.
Can we judge?
Can
we judge? That's
well, can you not judge between eating being more beneficial than starving?
Of course I can. But it doesn't mean this judgment is real.
Why not?
Because I'm not sure it's not only in my head.
When you have a dead body that has not eaten in front of you?
I actually remember Edward Moore. There's no proof in existence of real words. So we could be only a machine in some space, just like the Hillary Clinton said. We can be only brain. So each other conversation, good food or something, it's just an imagination. So our judgment doesn't have any sense in that meaning.
You know where you drift to if you go down that track? You drift into social constructionism.
Something like this, yes.
Something is only believed to be good or to be bad because people surrounding them reinforce this judgment. So, I mean, you're quite right, constructionism, that the conclusions they come to, of course, they draw reality from that. It's just a group consensus that is projected onto something. There is no way of proving its value other than asking people, do you agree?
Yeah, it's immeasurable.
It's immeasurable, yeah.
Thank you, I'm sorry. I'm drinking so much philosophy.
Yes, I suppose I would like to ask about it in different way. Concretely, there are some controversy in critical realism if we think about values. There are two strong opposition in critical realism inside, in critical realism, and it is very interesting for me. I know what is your opinion, but I would like to make know our readers, of course. But maybe you are tired tomorrow, and we will continue tomorrow.
I'm certainly tired now, I will not deny it.
Yeah.
It's been non-stop.
Good.
Very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Well,
So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
well, thank you for
Fine.
agreeing that maybe we could stop.
Yeah.
Maybe it would be a good thing. Perhaps
Certainly
other
good.
people should have this feeling of time.
Tak. Yes.
So we will stop, of course,
Mhm.
for now. So maybe let's drink with something, and what is the plan back to?
Krzysiu, ja myślę, że dzisiaj już nie będziemy organizowali żadnej kolacji takiej wspólnej. Jutro, ponieważ ty wyjeżdżasz, prawda, jeśli dobrze zrozumiałem, my zorganizujemy taką kolację pożegnalną z panią profesor. Natomiast dzisiaj pani profesor jest zmęczona, trzeba dać odpocząć, więc po prostu zawieziemy Państwa do hotelu i jeżeli Pani Profesor będzie miała, a pewnie tak, no to oczywiście cały hotel jest do jej dyspozycji. No bo ja... Tak, bo rozumiem, Pani Profesor jest bardzo zmęczona, ja jestem niewymownie wdzięczny i pełen podziwu tłumacz, no.
No właśnie chciałam powiedzieć, szczególnie, że maybe I should start translating again. There's an offer that maybe today it will be the end of our day and we just can take you directly to the hotel.